and everyone else, we are live and excited to be here. I finally figured out how to get this thing going properly. This is a coffee and conversation. Hold up, everybody, hold up your coffee cups, your coffee mugs, or whatever you're drinking. I know somebody's supposed to stop. We're ready. We're ready, and we hope that you guys are ready to have some fun with us.
I'm here.
Decided to do this as a fundraiser. It's my guest entertainers, my friends, and do a weekly show on Facebook Live and invite different entertainers. Now, this is a GoFundMe that has been set up, of course, by me. And any donation that is made will be divided between the entertainers that are here. Now, I don't know where Jerome went, but he'll be back. He'll be back. And
they always come back.
I will say to you, you don't have to feel like you have to give. If you want to give, if you want to donate, we are welcome to donate. We would love that to happen. We're in a current situation where suddenly, we're all out of jobs, just like most of America is out of jobs. So, but we are entertainers, and this is what we do for a living. And it's like, okay, let's entertain. People are at home, give them some coffee, give them some conversation, show them some love, and it's up to you. If you want to show some love back, show some love back. If you just want to applaud and laugh and sing along, you can do that too.
Oh, see, I disagree. You have to donate. We're not doing this for free. Hold on. You got me up. I set an alarm to come and do this. I want something.
In
the morning. Amazon me some donuts.
Well, you're used to like being up late in the day, staying up late at night doing your show. So I understand that.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sam Damaris, one of our great comedians. He is so funny. Love this guy. We also have Sheila Kay in the house. Kim Harris.
Hey, I want everybody to feel comfortable, so I'm going to do safe comedy.
Oh, she got the Lysol too. I love it. She is ready. Oh, I have a friend.
Don't be afraid to touch your screens.
I have a dear friend that does that every day in his house. And he just walks around. But hey, Miles Weber, what's going on?
What's happening, everybody? How's it going? You know it's a party when Sheila breaks out the latex gloves. That's how you know we're getting ready to rock and roll.
And that's got nothing to do with the virus.
Right? Could be the cure. You don't know that.
Exactly.
Well, I think Jerome may be back, but I'm going to, oh, somebody's waiting. Let me see.
I don't see Jerome.
I think he's coming back.
Come back, Jerome. We miss you.
There he is.
See you, Jerome.
Baby, come back.
There's Jerome. Let me unmute him. And ladies and gentlemen, we have Jerome Dabney in the house. You may remember.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, Jerome. Now I'm gonna open it up with a quick song, and then I got some questions to ask each and every one of you. And you can do your thing. Everybody's gonna get some time. Everybody's gonna have some fun. So, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen?
Sing that song, babe.
Do that.
And I'm requesting a long song. I don't want no short song.
You say you don't want a short song. You might remember this. This is dedicated to all of you out there. It's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. Yeah, to be loved and be loved in return. It's the only thing that my heart desires. Just appreciate the little things I do. Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody, and somebody loves you back, and that's a fact. It's so good, needing somebody, and somebody needs you back. Yeah, we can build world of love, world of joy, make up for each other's happiness. Do for you anything I can. Oh, every day I want to do a little more, just a little bit more. So good, loving somebody, and somebody loves you back, and that's a fact. It's so good, needing somebody, somebody needs you back. Yeah, said it's so good. Yeah, said it's so good. Some Teddy Pendergrass for you. Oh, to be loved. It's the only thing that my heart desires. Just appreciate the little things I do. Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody, and somebody loves you back, and that's a fact. It's so good, needing somebody, and somebody needs you back. Yeah, yeah. Said it's 70-30, now 60-40. Talking about a 60-50 love. Yeah. Said it's so good, loving somebody loves you back, and that's a fact. Yes, it's so good loving somebody, and it's good to have you all here. And I'm loving you guys dancing. Loving you guys dancing up there. That is hilarious. I'm singing and watching. Trying to keep them laughing. Oh my goodness.
That was great. That was great.
Thank you very much.
Yay!
Sheila K.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Oh man.
What's going on, girl?
I have never washed groceries before. I am washing cereal boxes. To go to the grocery store, I know you've got to be doing the same thing. Put on my gloves, put on my mask, get in the car, wipe it down, go in, wipe the cart, wipe the bags, wipe the food, put it in the cart. Then you go to, have you been to Costco? I feel like I'm at the Seinfeld Nazi soup thing. It's like there's a plexiglass like wall, 8 feet by 8 feet. Step back, don't touch the cashier. No plums for you. I'm like, oh my God. It's really, it is unbelievable. Everybody has their food mostly ordered online. I'm actually hitting the stores with my mask.
Well, you got to get out.
Huh?
You got to get out, so it's understandable.
Well, you have to get out because I'm living with my husband and I've never seen him so much, and I didn't know that I didn't like him. I just found out. I'm trying to do social distancing and he keeps trying to get back in the house. I don't know.
And now you say that he snores a lot.
Oh, he does. I didn't realize that either. You know, he used to work nights. I was out on the ship. You hardly see each other. Now he is snoring, and he snores loud. I'm going to tell all you people, in case you have anybody that snores, I'm going to tell you how to fix it. When a man falls asleep, they lay back, and I hope there's no children here, but their balls fall over their assholes, and they vent a lot. And when that happens, you have to just roll them on the side, the balls fly off, the air flies through, done. No more snoring. One big, and that's it, they're over. Beautiful thing.
Oh, Sheila's broken the barrier. Yay!
Bye.
I think what she just described is exactly what it took to send Marty McFly back to the future.
Yeah, I thought I saw something fly by when I did it. But,
Now,
no,
you're in New York, New Jersey area, right?
I am in New Jersey. Yeah, it's different in New York and New Jersey. Boy, you walk down the streets and there's nobody there. This is a good time to go see a play. Tickets are cheap.
They're very cheap. Now,
no, it's. I mean, the whole social distancing thing is just going to be. Can you imagine New York and New Jersey continuing this? What are you going to do?
It's insane. It's insane.
It is insane. It is insane. Now, this is so weird. It's like doing stand up and I just have to say something. I did a show one time. I don't even remember what club I was in, but it was back in Michigan, a horrible club. They hated all of us anyway. I was not killing. I was the opposite of killing. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody knew I was up there. It's like working to an empty room. Gave the recipe for veal scallopini. Nobody noticed. They just kept sitting there. I kept talking. And then you take the lemon. And, oh my God. It's just. But this is, at least I have you 4 people, whatever.
Yeah, this is great. And I think we have a lot of people on Facebook Live that are watching, I believe.
Oh, good. Hi, people.
And so now, Sheila, you're a big animal pet lover, and
I am. I am teaching my dogs tricks because now I have so much time at home. My Speedo now knows how to wash dishes.
Speedo.
Excellent.
Yeah. I just give them to him. He licks them clean. I put them back in the cupboard, and it's so easy. I don't have to do a thing. Garbo's washing toilets out. She loves that. Don't kiss the dogs. Yeah, I'll tell you, I have a lot of time. I'm hiking in the woods and just, I'm not doing that much different before the virus and after. I'm in the house. I'm all alone. I'm cleaning. I'm walking the dogs. I drink my coffee. I go to bed.
Well, it's good that you woke up to be here with us, and it's very much appreciated.
Honey, I'm older than all of you. I've been up since 4 o'clock. You cannot get up older than an old person. You can't get up sooner. Old people get,
Because I get up early too, and you and I were chatting one time. You said, "What are you doing up so early?"
Yeah. Well, that's like on the ship. Who's the first ones down waiting at the table?
Right.
Me and Sheila.
Yeah, you and Sheila were. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Sam, Sheila, and
Miles.
Sorry, we were all on the ship together. We were all on the ship going to where? Europe or something. We did a crossing.
I don't know. Where were we?
No, it was coming back from Hawaii.
Coming back from Hawaii.
Was it?
No, it was, no. It was because we came out of Limon. Remember, we went to
Costa Rica, right?
Yeah.
No, Hilo.
No, because we were in the van for like 4 hours with each other, and I sat behind Marcus all morning while he tried to take a nap, and I would not shut up, and he gave me the evilest death glare. Like, this boy is really gonna yell this whole van ride.
And he wasn't wrong.
He wasn't. He wasn't at all.
That's true, but I didn't say a word. I did give you the look because you were so loud. It's like, where is this guy? Where is this guy? And then you laugh like that. It was killing me.
Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah, I laugh. I cackle when I laugh, and that thoroughly upset Marcus's face.
And that was like the first time we met you, Miles. I'd never even seen you or I didn't know who you were.
I leave a lasting impression.
Sam either.
Well, Miles, since you're on the line, how's it going? Now you're in Nebraska, am I right?
No, I'm in Las Vegas.
You're in Vegas. How is
Vegas?
Oh my God, how is everything in Vegas?
Vegas is dead. I know I got a head that looks like Nebraska, but I promise you I live in Vegas. Vegas is dead. This is weird. This is like, I'm like, are we filming Zombieland 3 in Vegas? Because there's just like 6 crackheads and Keith Richards out there, man. It's wild. There's nobody in Vegas doing anything. So this is different. The last time the Vegas Strip went dark was for one day, and when it was when JFK got assassinated.
Really?
That was the last time before this that Vegas went dark.
So now, what are you doing when you go to the strip clubs? I mean, now they're going to have something new to happen. Are they going to wear a face mask, a full bodysuit for a lap dance? What's going on?
You ain't never been so turned on watching a woman scrub down a pole in your life. Let me tell you what. Like, when it used to be the first thing you'd see is like her leg come around the curtain. Now you just see a bottle of Windex and she just, like, it's really sensual what they do. She does a trick with hand sanitizer, and it's really...
now, would you get a lap dance from a stripper by being out there in Vegas with a mask and gloves and everything on?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, like I think at that point, the lap dances, it's you just watch her give this mannequin a lap dance. There it is. See, Sheila knows what's up. Sheila's been prepping for this. So yeah, at this point, you just watch a stripper give somebody else a lap dance, and you just wonder how nice it would be.
Yeah.
So when you think about the viruses you can catch at a strip club, Corona is the least of your worries.
You'd be more worried about somebody roofing your Corona at a strip club than actually catching the Rona.
Yeah.
I love it.
Rona.
Well,
I love that. He ran Marcus off.
I would not be going into a strip club with just rubber gloves. I'd be wearing a hazmat suit, to tell you the
I
truth.
switched from Corona to Modelo.
Oh, I can't
okay.
imagine why.
Modelo Negro.
And then
Racist.
I realized that they're made at the same company. The same company makes both beer.
That'll be your new song, my Corona.
That's true.
There it is.
So now, are you holding up by yourself, Miles, or are you have?
For a while, my wife and I, we were in Northern California. We went to where we're originally from. We went to Northern California, and we were quarantining with a comedian and best friend of mine, Chelsea Bierce, who's very talented. So we were locked down with her and her 3-year-old, which is great for like 2 weeks. Then you realize, like, man, these kids don't go anywhere. Like, they're just here, breathing, and it's so annoying. So it got a little stressful, and eventually my wife and I came back down to Vegas. So now we're just chilling down here with our dog.
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
We got a 3-legged pug. He's a rep.
What did you do?
Yeah. He's handy capable. So yeah, he's our little tri-pug.
A little cane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He had swagger before it was cool.
Oh, there you go. Well, you have plenty of swagger for everybody. Oh, there's your wife. Hey, how you
She's in
doing?
the back over here. I think she's going to get the dog. There she is.
Hi.
Putting down the dog.
Here he comes. And there he is.
How do you pull up with this guy?
Oh, hi, cutie patootie.
There he is. All
I
right.
love that face. Oh, he
Yeah,
kind
kiss
of
the
reminds me of
microphone.
Frankie a little. He's got the Frankie face. Isn't that the dog from Men in Black?
Yeah. He's a pug boxer mix, which is messed up because it means that either something terrible and tragic happened to a pug, or that was one gangsta pug. So
I think he's a gangster dog. Exactly.
he is a little gangsta pug.
Didn't ask him who's your daddy.
Oh no! He hasn't responded yet. He just coughs. It's weird.
Well,
Put a mask on it.
Miles, it's great to have you here. We're going to get back to you in just a couple minutes.
Sounds good.
I wanted to introduce oh, I love your pug too. I wanted to introduce everybody to a good friend of mine that we haven't worked together in years, but years ago we first met. We had to do a show together. We did a Motown show together. And I don't know what was going on, but we did this great show and had a great time, and we've been friends ever since. His name is Jerome Dabney.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing, Jerome?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. You know, I have to say, first of all, it is so good to see everybody. Kim, it's good to see you. Sheila, it's good to see you. Sam, it's good to see you. I haven't seen anybody. And then also Marcus, of course, I haven't seen you in a while. And then Miles, I think we may have met in Vegas because I was out in Vegas last year. Did you ever, were you ever playing at Rick's Rollin' Smoke at all?
I haven't done that one yet. No.
Okay, then. I thought I met you there. I may have met you at Dirty at 12:30 or something, but I don't think it's
likely. Yeah. Because I live like right around the corner from where they do the Dirty at 12:30 show.
Yeah, I think we might have met there. Anyway, it's good to see everybody, and Marcus, as you mentioned, you know, it's been a few years. You know what I mean? I had a little journey that I went on for a couple of years, and in October of 2017, I ended up with a diagnosis of oropharyngeal carcinoma squamous cancer, and I don't even speak Italian, but let me tell you something. It was rough. It was rough, and I made it through, and I'm glad to be back. I'm coming back.
Yeah, buddy.
Good to have
I haven't seen you since Looney Bin, Tulsa.
What?
That's where I met Sam.
Yeah. Wow.
I know.
I haven't been there forever.
Yeah, last time, remember you had some shirts that you needed delivered, and yeah.
I'm always scrambling for merch.
I heard that. I heard that.
Now you used to sing. You were able to sing, and
yes,
beautifully. Now,
thank you.
Because of the cancer, you have your voice. You lost your voice, your singing voice?
Yeah, lost the voice. You know, my treatments were 12 rounds of chemo and 35 rounds of radiation. And my oncologist, she said to me, she says, "Listen, you're probably not going to like fried foods after all of this, you know, treatments and everything." And I was like, you know what? I am a fried food, okay? Because it was rough. It was rough. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I used to be a white guy. I don't know if you remember that. So. I did reverse Michael Jackson is what I did. So, yeah. And then, so what happened was about a year and a half, you know, the best news about this whole situation, which I didn't say, just last week, I had my 2-year scan, and I am still cancer-free. I've been cancer-free. It's a beautiful thing. But the thing that happened with the whole singing thing, you know, because the mass tumor was at the base of the tongue, and it was stage 4 into the lymph nodes and into the right nostril. And so after all of the treatments, what happened was my ear, nose, and throat told me, he says, "Listen, your swallow is not doing too well." And this is about a year after treatments. And so he got me into a speech therapist, and the speech therapist, you know, she gave me some wonderful exercises to do, and got me back, and then the voice started coming back because I was on the edge of a swallow atrophy setting in, and they were going to have to put a feeding tube back in me, and that would be how I would eat the rest of my life, which wasn't bad because I had fun with it. You know what I mean? Even when I had the feeding tube, I had fun with it. You know, we go to restaurants, and I pull a feeding tube out and just kind of point it at the menu and let it see what it wanted to eat. It was a good time. It was a good time. You know what I mean? It's like grandmother used to say, you know, somebody hands you lemons, make lemonade, right? Now, I just had a good time with it. I'm addicted to formula now, which, you know, it's okay. You know what I mean? So if you hear on the news that somebody robbed a Sam's Club of all their Insure, it was me. Because, love me some Insure. Anyway, so what happened during the whole speech therapy situation, I came to realize there are a lot of people that are in my shoes, because, you know, years ago, you would say, you had a room full of people and say, oh, you know, who has cancer, know somebody has cancer, and it'd only be a couple people. Now it's, you know, like 1 in every 4 people, you know, either have had it or know someone who has it. And so there are a lot of people that were in the same position I'm in, and the cancer-free tag and the cancer is in remission tag is kind of a misnomer. People, because there's a lot of people that are out there that are still suffering. So I've been campaigning. It's called I'm Cancer Free and Still Surviving the Cure. And it's going to be the next Susan G. Komen, without a doubt, because I want to make sure that people that are in that same position are boisterous. They're talking about it. They have some place to go to talk to people about it. They network, and they're proud of the fact that, yes, they are cancer free and they are in remission, but they're not suffering in silence, because a lot of people, they do suffer in silence. And I don't want people to suffer in silence. I want people to be proud of the fact that they are still above ground. You know, I used to say, they called me OG. I'm an OG. I say, now I'm an AG now, above ground. That's right.
Yay!
There you go.
So that's
This
it.
side of the dirt.
But the voice is coming back, and hopefully I'm going to be back on stage, hopefully by the end of 2020. Well, by the end of COVID-19, and get back on stage and start doing some singing stuff. In the meantime, I've been doing some stand-up comedy, and I love doing stand-up comedy. I always wanted to do stand-up comedy. It's one of those deals where you say, all singers want to be comedians, and all comedians want to be singer. And Gilbert Harrison has nailed both of them. Do it!
Yeah.
Yes, she has.
What a positive attitude, Jerome. I love that. I love
Yay.
that. That's wonderful.
Oh yeah, you know, it's one of those deals. You know, I always say, people always say, "Hey man, you beat it." I go, "No, God beat it. I just get to survive it." You know, and
Amen.
just listen to what I'm being told, and what I'm being told is to continue, and hopefully bring some joy to some people's lives.
Well, you certainly do. You certainly do bring joy to people's lives, and you brought joy to my life for just being here on this show with us today. And I'm sure you've touched a multitude of people along the way, and along with this cast that we have here today. And
yeah, me after all.
I appreciate you guys.
Love you, Jerome. And
love you, Marcus.
You keep it going, my brother. You keep it going. And one more quick question I want to ask you.
Yes.
Now, are you able to get out during this corona, or are you just staying in and ordering whatever you need? How are you handling that?
Yeah, no, I've been able to get out. You know, I've been able to get out and do a few things. Just been the only work that I have been able to do was driving for Uber and Lyft. So I've done a lot of Uber driving, a lot of Lyft driving, and I'm coming to the end of the road with that. It's fun. It's been a great source of material. You know, however, a lot of people are confused because a lot of times they really don't go through their contracts for Uber and Lyft. You know what I mean? They always feel like they can get into your car and fart, and I don't care for that. So,
then you better be happy I'm not one of your passengers.
Amen.
It's like, you know what? I don't know where that comes from. Anyway, but yeah, I've been able to get out and working on a couple of projects. Before my diagnosis. I was getting ready to go into. I used to do singing telegrams years ago, and I wanted to bring it back, and I'm going to bring it back via the internet. So it's called Celebrity Cybergrams, and I did a celebrity impersonation of Stevie Wonder for many, many years, and
yep.
So I wanted to bring that back. I'm unable to do Stevie now, mainly because I lost 65 pounds. 65 pounds in the process. So I don't really look like Stevie anymore. I kind of more look like Gus Fring from Breaking Bad.
I think.
Or Lester Holt. I kind of look like Lester Holt. This is Lester Holt.
And you did look like Stevie.
He sure did. He sure did. I think Stevie got those 65 pounds from me.
I know. I said I want to check with Stevie and see if he's still doing well. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy. One time I was doing the show, and I was talking about the weight loss and this, that, and other, and I had someone come up to me afterwards and said, "Oh my God, I was listening to you, and you said that you lost 65 pounds." And I said, "Yeah." She said, "And you lost it on the keto diet?" I said, "No, I didn't say keto.
It's a chemo
I
diet.
said chemo."
Chemo diet.
Very different
Very
diet.
different.
Well, Jerome, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for joining us. We're not done yet. We're going to get back to you as well. And
Okay.
give Jerome another hand, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't go
I
anywhere.
have a question for Jerome.
Sure.
Hey Jerome, have you ever like not told anybody you do a Stevie Wonder impression and just like sneak the Stevie Wonder impression on people? Do they feel blindsided by it?
There are stories. There are stories. There are many, many stories. When I was working on the ships, often I was invited to do New Year's Eve. And I think one of the most amazing stories from my appearance as Stevie on the New Year's Eve show was, I can't remember the ship, but I got off the next day on New Year's Day. You know how they love to fly entertainers on holidays. Anyway, I got off on New Year's Day, and I returned to the ship the next week, and the cruise director called me into the office and said, "Hey, I want you to check this out." There was a Royal Caribbean ship that was parked next to us, and some people had met on one of the taxis going in, and they said, "How was your New Year's Eve party?" They said, "Oh, it was great. RCCL had brought Blue Man Group on, and they'd done a show, and it was amazing." Right? And they asked the Carnival passenger, says, "How was your New Year's Eve?" "Well, we had Stevie Wonder on the ship." We're like, what? What? The passengers, if I understand, the passengers went back to the RCCL ship and complained that they had paid a lot of money and all they got was Blue Man Group. The Carnival passengers got Stevie Wonder. What's that about? I'm sure those guests knew it was me. So, but it was Jamie had gotten the cruise director. She had gotten a message from the office like, "What's going on over there? Do you have an entertainer on there we don't know about?" So. I'm doing this, Stevie. So.
See, now there's a Stevie Wonder story that I didn't see coming.
That's a good one.
Check, please.
I know. Huh?
Well, we also have another wonderful comedian. His name is Sam Damaris, and we.
Hey, Sam.
Bam! Yay!
Oh, that's me. I'm on.
He's watching the Wendy Williams show right now.
Good job.
Oh my God.
Sam the man is here. Sam, where are you located?
I'm in New York State right now.
In New York State. Okay.
Yes, COVID capital of the world.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
You know what though? I'm in upstate New York. Like Canada is next door, so I can get the hell out of here anytime I feel like.
They're not letting you in.
Closed borders, buddy.
They're gonna tell you in French too. No way, Jose.
I barely got out. I was working in Canada when this all went to hell, and I came across the border 16 hours before they closed it.
Really?
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I barely got out of Canada, so I was almost stuck up there. What would have been me being stuck in a place with free healthcare during a global pandemic?
Oh no.
I should have stayed put.
Try and sneak back in.
Exactly. I came across here where if I get sick, I die. I don't have insurance. I'm just dead.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's why they got you the hell out of there. They said, "Oh no, we got to get him out. Get him out of Canada."
We can't afford this boy's problems.
Oh no.
Now, I've seen your show many times. I love your show, as you know. And how is your mom doing? There's a story that you tell about your mom, and how is she doing, and how is she holding up with this?
Let me tell you something. My mom is great. For those of you who don't know, which probably all of you, my mom had her own battle with cancer, and she's doing just fine. And even after all that, after going through that, at the beating cancer, I called my mama when this was all going down, and she was mad because she couldn't go to church. They issued the stay-at-home order, and mom couldn't go to church. And she was like, I don't think that makes any sense. Let me tell y'all what church my mom goes to. She goes to Lakewood with Joel Osteen and 10,000 other people. And I was like, yeah, you can't go to church. They don't want groups of 10 or more. You got 10,000 people every Sunday. And she was like, but I believe that the Lord is going to take care of me. And I was like, okay, well, if he does it, then I'm going to be the one who has to take care of you. So you should stay home.
Right?
Well, now Joel is doing his church by himself, pretty much. And so she can watch it at home on television.
Oh, poor Joel Osteen. Let me tell you something. This COVID thing has worked out well for me. All right. Before all this went down, my normal day was I didn't wake up till about noon. I hardly ever left my house. I just sat on the couch and watched Netflix. Like before COVID-19, I was just a lazy piece of shit. And then they issued a stay-at-home order. Now I'm a hero. You understand that? Like I'm doing this for y'all.
Saving lives.
We appreciate your bravery, Sam.
Yeah, we appreciate
you know
all
it. Yes.
So
I believe the word
brave.
you were looking for is thank you for your service is what you were looking for. No, all you people going out trying to work and being selfish, thinking about nobody but yourself. You need to sit on the couch like a real man.
and just stay there all day until it's time to go to work at night.
Yes.
Exactly.
He asked Jerome if he's been going out and getting out. He's like, yeah, I get out and do stuff. I don't. I am in a relationship with my DoorDash driver. Like, he comes by, drops off my food. I'm like, hey, you want to stay and hang out for a bit? We can talk. I'm getting hungry. We're probably going to have a lunch date in about an hour. He's dreamy.
Thanks, Sam. I do what I can.
I love that Miles is getting his breakfast served to him.
It's early here. It's actually the morning. Like,
That's the problem. Is like I was like, all my friends in California, ain't nobody gonna watch this. But I'm from Texas though, so I mean they're only an hour behind. So they're getting up right now, and this is good. This is probably good fodder for them to watch breakfast and try to pretend that they're working too.
Now you have a part in your show, and I'm nervous about saying it or bringing it up, but you know what I'm talking about. I think you know what I'm talking about.
You sent out the message to all of us. You said, look, some of our audience is Republican, so no Trump jokes. And you should have just written, I'm talking to you, Sam, right afterwards.
Exactly. But you have one that is brilliant. That is brilliant.
Because I don't take a side.
Exactly. You don't take a side. And that's what's brilliant.
Because I don't want to talk about the politics of it, about who's right and who's wrong. I just talk about the fact that this dude is fun to watch, people. Like, it is literally, you gave a kid the White House and he is just doing what he wants without supervision. And if you just take the politics out of it and just watch it, you gotta be an idiot to not think it's entertaining. I tell you what, okay, so when this all first broke, at first he said it was a hoax, and I don't think he took it really seriously, right? And I can tell you exact date. It was March 16th. He came out on the White House. He was in the Rose Garden of the White House. He had a press conference, and he spoke very clearly and eloquently. He did no yelling, did not speak in hyperbole. He did not act like Trump at all. It was actually the first time since I've seen him get elected that he behaved himself and he conducted himself the way a leader is supposed to. And then he ended the speech and said, we're gonna open the floor up to questions. And I was like, here we go, baby, here we go, here we go. Because as soon as he puts down that piece of paper, I knew the bad shit was coming. And he did not disappoint. He did not disappoint. I tell you, man, from a comedian standpoint, you gotta love this dude.
Oh man, I remember Sam walking the line when we all worked together. He was going to do a bit, and I was like, oh.
Oh, we were all on the ship together, and Sam said Trump, and we all looked at each other and didn't breathe for 5 minutes.
Right.
And he killed
And then
it.
I love
Did
the
a
fact
bit
that
just right down the middle.
Oh, he
It was
destroyed.
beautiful.
I love the fact that like Miles, after I did the show, Miles goes, "You got 2 lines into it," and I just sat there in my seat. I was like, "The son of a bitch is gonna get away with it," because they had just jumped you the night before, Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's a Journey's crew. It's Republicans everywhere.
But yeah, but the nice thing is the way you ended. You tied your bit up is because you were talking about whether you like him, whether you don't like him. I'm giving it to you.
Whether you like him or not, whether you don't like him, it's you're all taking things way too seriously. It's a dude. It's a dude in a chair, and what none of you seem to realize is that when this is all over and he's not the president anymore, he's going to go back to Trump Tower, and he's going to live out the rest of his day as a billionaire who doesn't even know you exist. All right, and you are still going to have to live next door to all the people you pissed off with your stupid red hat for years for no reason whatsoever. You just been yelling at people about some shit that doesn't even matter to you, and it's dumb. So just especially right now there's no Democrat or Republican period. It's people who are at risk of getting sick, and you look even twice as stupid for towing a party line right now. Just get back to being nice to each other and wash your damn hands.
Amen.
Amen.
And your ass.
Can I just say how great this show is? I am so happy that I put a bra on and some makeup for the first time in a month. I am thrilled to be here. You guys are awesome.
Look, the bra and the makeup are fine. The bra and makeup, we appreciate that. But let me tell you this, and I want the entire viewing audience to know that I'm the only one who's going to show you, but every one of us is sitting here just like this. Ain't a damn one of us got pants on to get the damn Zoom call.
It's on the floor.
That's true.
We all got ashy legs.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
I was in my pajama bottoms, but
The shades of white that are happening right here, right now, are going to make people dump their milk out of their cereal.
I was in my PJs, and at the last minute, I ran to put my hiking crap on so I could
She's gonna hike through this.
They can't see you, Sheila.
I know.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kim. Stand up.
I'm severely overdressed. I got pants and shoes on and everything. I'm not scared.
You don't have to.
I want to let you know, Kim and Sheila, I've been judging y'all based on what's in your kitchen. Sheila back there living like a gangster with that KitchenAid mix.
I know, isn't it nice?
$300.
I tell you,
Mine ain't even clean.
We bought
In the
this
cage,
cabin
Kim.
and redid it, and thank God we did, because now there's no more money to do anything, but we have a fabulous kitchen.
Got a fabulous backdrop. It's like watching the Property Brothers.
It is, isn't it? Wait. And I designed all that. Look at that.
Ooh. Ah. Look at that.
Fancy.
That's so nice.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
And
my
it's
new,
clean.
since I have no more career, I'm going to be a house designer, I think.
There you go. Not like we didn't get
cooking.
the thing.
Listen, I've been baking, I've been cooking. I need a mask just to stop eating in my own house. I actually, you can't find flour, you can't find yeast. I'm taking my beer and letting it dry out and chopping it up for yeast. So yeah, do what you can do.
Well, Sam, it's good to have you join us.
Oh,
Sam, it's good to have you join us. Thank you very much. Everybody give Sam a hand.
You the man. You the man, Sam.
thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready, Kimmy?
I'm ready. Why not? Let's do it.
Are you ready? Kimmy.
I'm ready.
Mama Kim. Y'all,
Hey, everybody. Yay! Yay me! I'm just glad to talk to people other than my family. Thank you for being here. I'm stuck in the house with my husband, my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandson, and my granddaughter, and a pit bull who won't let me sleep in my own bed, and 2 cats who demand to be fed all the time, and reptiles. I were really glad to see human beings.
it's good to see you.
Oh man! And so hi everybody. Things are going great here. And if anybody needs any children, husbands, daughters, or son-in-laws, they're for rent cheap. I got them for you. I'll send them to you.
I see you have
Abraham
some
Lincoln said you can't do that no more, by the way.
Can't rent my kids out?
No, Abraham Lincoln said you can't sell people.
Dang it! But they're white people. That don't count, does it?
They're not as expensive.
Laws were made to be broken.
Where are you located, Kim?
All right, what? What?
Where are you located?
I am located in the heart of Dixie in Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, it's crazy. And these people, I mean, half of them are walking out with gloves and masks, and half of them are walking around just like, oh, we're Southerners. We can't catch nothing. We got sweet tea. That'll cure it.
Sweet tea?
Sweet tea. They put enough sugar in that to cure anything.
Now,
The moonshine. Moonshine will get rid of it too.
I would love some moonshine. I've been talking to bees online. Killer Bees telling him he needs to send me some moonshine.
It's also really good if you want to get the nail polish off your nails too.
I know.
Oh,
I don't have that problem.
oh,
Is
don't
my
even
makeup
go there.
okay?
Nails are done.
Because I
You
put
look
on makeup,
lovely.
but I've been worried about it because all I've been doing is watching drag queen makeover shows. So, don't want to go too crazy with it. I'm watching drag queen makeover videos because those bitches look great.
you can't really tell anymore.
Oh, so here's the deal with me. I'm a comedian for Carnival Cruise Lines, proud Carnival fan, big fan. Got the Carnival cup, got the Carnival pen, and then for a side job, I sell Carnival cruises. So I am screwed.
Wow, you're way more unemployed than we are.
Way more unemployed. But if anybody wants to book a cruise, cruisemomcruises.com. Ask for Kimmy. I'll be able to hook you up. We got a lot of great sales going on, of course, because, Anyway. One of the cool things is spending time with my daughter. And my daughter has caught the nipple song bug. And she's been writing nipple songs for me. So I want to share this one with you guys that my daughter, Lyric, wrote for me. All right, we ready? Hello, Nipples, my old friend. I've come to play with you again because the nipple softly peeking through my shirt while I was sleeping is a vision that was planted in his brain. It remains, and that's the sight of nipples.
Yay!
Isn't that pretty? I'm so proud right now. Can hardly stand myself.
Beethoven would be amazed.
You're the nipple queen.
I'm the nipple queen, the nippleenium, the ruler of all nipples. I have nipple songs. In fact, tomorrow night at 10 o'clock after the kids go to bed, I'll have a whole hour live of nipple songs, the new ones and some old ones that I forgot to do before. I'm also the queen of the chipmunk voice. I like to be able to talk like this and sing like this, and it confuses people no end. And the reason I can talk like that is because I am not fat. I'm filled with helium. So... I'm not filled with helium. If I were, I'd be so much lighter on my feet.
You're faithful and trustworthy.
Yeah, I am faithful and trustworthy. That's very true. I am the mama of all the comedians, and I miss them emailing me every 5 minutes asking me how to get from a port to a ship, or you know, how to fill out their invoices or any of those things. I miss that. I miss my boys.
Well, we
Well,
love
you should miss the girls too, because we need you too.
I know, but you guys don't ask stupid questions.
That's
Just
true.
don't read your
We're not
emails. Yeah, but the most thing I miss most of all is my coffee shop on board the ship.
Oh, I love the coffee shop too.
I miss the coffee shop.
They make
I have to make my own coffee.
Oh my God.
What's up with that?
Horrible.
It's a terrible world we live in.
It is terrible. I mean, the coffee's good. It's okay, but it's not as good as having it made by a young Ukrainian man. So
You can get one of those.
For real cheap right now.
Buying and selling people.
I know, right? Where is that website?
Lending Club is actually renting out Ukrainian men to raise people's credit score right now.
Oh, there you go. I could use that. I could use that too.
Wow.
There's that website. Like, do you not have Wi-Fi? I get pimped Russian chicks daily, and I don't even know.
You know what I get? You know what I get every day? If you take this pill once a day, you'll lose 60 pounds. That's what I get every day. It's like they can see me through the camera.
They know their audience.
They know me.
Yes,
That's what I get every
weight
day.
loss stuff, and they send me white women. They know exactly who they're dealing with.
Exactly. Amen.
You know what the funniest thing is? None of us have jobs. None of us have money. I've spent more money on Amazon in the last 3 months than I have in the last 3 years.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not, and here's the thing. I'm in New York. I'm not home. My roommate sent me a picture of all the unopened packages that are sitting on my bed back in LA right now. And I was like, I've got to stop. Like,
Yeah.
you can't see my bed.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts because everything is from Amazon. And don't think I'm not washing that too. Every box, I'm hosing it down, airing it out before I get my package open.
and then you turn around and sell it on eBay.
There you go.
That's how you do it.
Also, everything is on sale right now.
Yeah.
I got a top hatter problem. You know, the website, the app Top Hatter, where you can bid on things and you get them for really cheap. I got a bad Top Hatter problem. I'm on there going, oh, it's only $7. I get that. It's from China. Whatever. Then I sanitize it when it comes in from China. Come here.
Racist.
Come here. Come here. Look, these are my favorite.
Oh.
Yeah, here's my grandson, Johnny. Say hi, Smith.
That's even cuter than our puppies.
I know, right? This is better than a pup.
Easy.
Hey, Marcus. Hello, Marcus.
Hello. How you doing?
Oh, that's Marcus. He doesn't care. He just woke up. There you
He's got
go.
a little mohawk. He's got a little mohawk down his head.
I know. She cut his hair and it's like a little mohawk. And he's got this little bit in the back of his head that just sticks up straight like this all the time. It's adorable. I'm actually very fortunate in the fact that I haven't done it yet, but I am very fortunate in the fact that I live in a house with a hairdresser. My daughter has got hairdressing skills, so she can do color, she can do cuts, and she does all this other stuff, and she does nails. She gave my husband a pedicure last week. She's going to give me one for my first day. So I'm fortunate in that respect that I've got, you know, somebody in the house could take care of these things.
That is great. Send her over here. I'll buy her a ticket. They're cheap.
I know, right?
I shaved my head for entirely too little money 3 weeks ago.
There you go.
The people don't know, except for Sheila and Sam and Marcus, that my hair usually I look like the spokesperson for Shock Top because there's a giant, I call it a pompahawk because it's like a mohawk pompadour thing. And it's super high. Like incredibly high. If you go to my Facebook and all my social media.
So why'd you get rid of it?
Huh?
Why'd you do it? Why'd you get rid of it?
Man, I was like, okay, we're not going to be doing any shows for a minute, so I don't necessarily need my hair. And then we were like, how much money do you think we could raise for people to be like, hey, yeah, shave your head? And so what I did was I took over the Instagram Live for one of my favorite comedy clubs in the country, Laughs Unlimited in Sacramento, California. And I told people, hey, if we can hit $500, I'll split that money with the club. And so I gave half to the club And then my friend Chelsea, who I was quarantining with, the comedian up in Northern California, I split my half with her. And then the club ended up actually giving their half to like all these different comedians that I knew. They just divvied it up and everything.
Very nice.
Raised a lot of
Very
money
nice.
for comedians, and I shaved my head and then cried for about 6 hours probably.
It'll grow back, baby.
You still look
Oh yeah,
cute
it's coming
anyway.
back. I'm doing good.
At least it's growing back in the right color. Look at this. Look at this.
There you go.
Mine's growing in
Oh,
gray.
wonderful, wonderful human being for doing that for $500. It's gonna cost you at least 2 more zeros for you to take something sharp to my head.
Oh yeah, that's God, because that's years off your life, homie.
And that would be sad. It would be a sad day.
You understand?
Miles,
My daughter,
I had only had 3 hairs before treatment, and they say that your hair grows back sometimes 3 times as much after treatment. And I'm glad to say I got 6 now. It's beautiful thing.
Yeah, you better get the mower out.
Well, look,
You okay?
You can almost braid that. You can almost braid that. I'm not cutting my hair until I only cut the sides now, just so I could do the show. I did it today, but I'm not.
You would never cut that, would you, Marcus?
No, I'm not cutting
Fabulous goatee.
You like this?
I love it. I love those colors.
Beautiful.
So it's
all
art,
natural.
baby.
It's all natural. But I'm not cutting my hair until after. But I'm also not letting anybody see it. So.
I like it.
Leave my hair alone.
Ladies, look at your cat puss there behind you, Kim.
Oh.
Yeah. That's my.
I'm sorry. What did we say about Peachy?
Watch your language. It's my cat. This is Star. She's named after my mother.
And then you have another back there waiting, trying to get that snake.
Yeah.
That's Maggie. She's just evil.
She might not even be there anymore. Better turn around and look, because that cat's been there for a long time.
Maggie's gonna be there for a while. She is hurt.
How many animals are in your house?
I have 6, not counting the husband. 7 counting the husband. I have 6. I have a snake, a bearded dragon, a red-eared slider turtle, 2 cats, and a pit bull.
And the pit bull hasn't eaten any of them. Huh?
No, we don't have the partridge. And we got the grandson, the granddaughter, and the daughter and the son-not-in-law, and the husband.
Wow.
And if anybody's on Rise of Kingdoms, his name is Harlan Stokes. You can join his alliance.
With a woof woof here and a woof woof there, here a woof, there a woof.
Pretty much. Yep.
Well, that's good. You have the space for it, but you didn't know you were going to be on lockdown with all of that.
I didn't know I was going to be unemployed with all of this.
I know.
That's been tough.
That's true. You know, one day you go to work. I got off the ship on the 16th, I think, of March. And before I got on, as I was getting on the ship, you had the temperature taken and fill out all kinds of paperwork. And I was like, oh, this is great. You know, they are being proactive with this. They're making sure nothing happens. You know, they're trying to take care of the guests and the crew and the entertainers. And I was like, okay, this is wonderful. Then I got off, almost didn't make it home, not because of Rona, but just because of other stuff that was going on Aruba. But I had no idea that my life, I have not been unemployed or not working since I was 11 years old. And yeah, this is quite the surprise for everybody. You know, everybody in the country, everyone around the world. You know, we're all in this together. And
you know, man, the unemployment of it sucks, but I'm pretty sure the comics, you can agree with me, man. This much time away from a stage has been brutal. Like, I honestly, pay or no pay, I would kill to just go to an open mic with a crowd right now and just, I mean, it's been a month and a half. I just want to go yell at some people in a microphone and just crush a room. Like, I swear to God, I feel bad for the first crowd that has to watch me when this is lifted. Like,
Yeah.
It's going to be the best $5 or no money you've ever spent in your life. But I mean, your sides are gonna hurt. I'm gonna beat the living shit out of a group of people with my words.
Oh, we're going in. We're going in. That first show back. Oh my goodness.
My daughter is laughing right now because she knows when I go to Dollar General, I assault people and tell them jokes.
Oh, I get the lady at Walmart, the girl behind the counter at Walmart. I look at the name tag and I just start talking like I'm bored.
Exactly.
You guys are lucky. I don't know what I can't remember my act even when I'm working. Now I don't even know that I have an act anymore.
Yeah, because it has to be difficult trying to keep up your chops. You know, you have to keep your chops up, and you have nobody to do it with.
Nobody to tell jokes to. My family's heard mine.
The family doesn't want to hear it. So,
well, I feel fortunate. I feel fortunate because there was like 2 or 3 years I was touring around the country and I wasn't doing any jokes. I was just talking to people and just seeing what I could make happen. And so I did that for a while. So I'll probably have to go back to that again because I don't really remember a lot of the jokes I used to do.
Marcus, you asked when you were like, yeah, the end of that Trump joke, you wrap it up all nicely. I had a brain fart there because I couldn't remember how the hell I ended the joke. I haven't done it so damn long. That's why I was sitting there I was trying to fumble in my head, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's it. I was like, I honestly couldn't remember.
Sam, is this the longest you've gone in your career without doing stand-up? Because I've been doing stand-up for 12 years. Before the lockdown, I went 10 days one time without doing a set, and that was my longest before this.
I started in 2001, and then I think it was around 2004 where there was 14 months, and I quit. And then at the beginning of 2005, I walked into our old open mic, and a bunch of the comics were sitting in the back room, and they were all talking. And I just came up there to hang out and talk to these people, and they had made a list of all the comics who had started and who had quit, who weren't around anymore. And I walked back and I saw my name on that list, and it pissed me off. So I went back on stage that night after 14 months. And then I think 2 weeks has been the max since then. No, there was 30 days, but that 30 days I was in the hospital. So yeah, this is the longest. Other than that hiatus, well, I technically quit, but this has been it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Since 07. Like this is insane.
Well,
yeah.
I really appreciate having everyone here today, and
Thanks for having us, man.
I'm sure.
Yeah, this was great. Thank you, Marcus.
Facebook
That's fun.
Had a good time with you guys as well. We have to give a shout out to all our first responders, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
Yes.
All our heroes.
Also, I feel like we have to give a shout out to those people that are on the front lines as far as grocery stores, meat packing places, et cetera,
Yes.
making sure that we stay fed and taken care of. So,
And the people who deliver by Amazon.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Amazon partners. Woo!
Warriors, baby.
Oh, I'm
Warriors. I
taking
need
care
y'all.
of them. I'm keeping their job.
Tip your weed delivery drivers, everybody.
Ah, yeah.
There's the guy in California.
That is an important frontline thing.
Essential.
Yes. And all the liquor stores that are staying open.
That's essential. Essential.
Essential
I
workers.
that for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is a GoFundMe Facebook party for coffee and conversation for
Hi, baby.
people. If you enjoyed the show and you want to donate, we would greatly appreciate it if you do so. Everything will be divided amongst the people that are performing today, that are talking with you and having a great time, and hopefully bringing some joy into your life in this difficult time. Don't forget to give generously. If you can.
Yeah, remember that. Please remember
And also don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and any other places where we are, because a lot of us are just posting fun things there, and it'll be nice to see it. And also, the more you follow us, the more impressive we are when Carnival starts cruising again.
Absolutely.
Kim, will you call me and teach me how to do Instagram? I think I posted 4 times in 2 years.
Let's see what I can do.
I tried to put this on there. I couldn't do it. I swear to God. I don't know. I'm old. I'm old.
I'll see what I can do. I'll try to help you out.
All right.
Next Tuesday
Never mind.
morning, we have
If you'll check me out on Facebook at JDAB, JDAB on Facebook, greatly appreciate it. And still surviving the cure. And yeah, it's so good to see everybody again.
Jerome
This has been
Daphne,
so
Thank
much fun.
you. Oh, I think Marcus was trying to say something about next Tuesday.
Yes. Before I do
Okay.
that, Jerome Dabney, thank you. Miles Weber, Sheila Kay, Kimmy, Sam. Thank you all for being here this morning. Thank you very much. You're on different coasts, and thank you for getting up so early to be here. Now, next week's show, we have another show next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Next week's show will be Percy Cruz, Azim, Al Romano, Ben Nessa, and Alyssa. They're going to be all
Oh,
over.
yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
Because,
I'll be there.
So,
Boy, I could not imagine Percy Cruz in the AM. That's woohoo!
I know, right?
That's gonna be fire.
I have to wake him up. You know, I call him sometimes at 10 o'clock in the morning and he cusses me out and he doesn't even swear. So, you guys, I love you guys and thank you again.
Love you too.
Love you, Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Wonderful.
thank
Great
you.
to see all you guys.
And God bless the USA. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.
Hey, brother.
Bye, guys.
Oh, that was fun.